Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Meyson. Today we are going to be looking at 3 easy color grading looks for dark skin tones that you can do in Photoshop. So if you are a beauty photographer like I am, or you're a portrait photographer, these are looks I use almost all the time for my retouching, and I think you should check them out. So they're pretty easy, simple. Let's just get straight into it. So the first look we're going to go for is a natural toned down look with a little bit of contrast. Let me just put it that way. So the first thing I want to do right now is create a hue saturation adjustment layer, and what I'm going to do is click on my color picker tool, and I would pick her skin tone. So right now I'm just going to pick the reds here, and I will reduce the saturation on the reds quite a bit. Then I'll go to the yellows too, and I'll reduce the saturation on the yellows quite a bit. Then I'll go back to the reds, and you see right here in lightness, I am going to reduce the lightness. As you guys can see, we have desaturated this image quite a lot, right? Now, the next thing I want to do is create a curves adjustment layer and change my blend mode to multiply. And what this does is that it adds a lot of contrast to your image, right? And we can reduce the opacity of that. Great. And you can now create a new levels adjustment layer, pulling your whites just to add some, to the image. Just to add some more contrast to the image, right? And pulling your blacks, and we have sort of like our first look here. So look at it, looks really good. So this is the first look that we're going to go for. I'm just going to put this in a group, and we're just going to name this look 1. Great. So this is our first look. This is our before and this is our after. As you guys can see, it's all natural. We're not messing around with colors, just straight to the point. We are actually just using a lot of contrast to color grade this image, because dark skin is like really rich. Once you bring in that contrast, it's just going to look amazing. So that's the first look that we're going to go for. Now let's go for a second look, right? For the second look, what I'm going to do is I'll go straight for photo filter. We're just doing like easy looks here. Oh, I'm just going to remove this from the look 1. Okay, great. So photo filter, that's what I'm going to do. Change it to cooling filter 82. That's the cooling filter we're going for. So right now we're going for a soft, cool look. Then I'll pick my levels adjustment layer, which I always do when I am color grading, skin tones. Pulling the whites and pulling my blacks to get some nice contrast. Now, in a situation like this, the thing that I'm noticing is that her skin tones are kind of magenta right now, and we'd like to fix that. So now we're just going to go to selective color, my reds, and maybe add some cyan to the skin tones, right? And add some greens to the reds in here. Okay, great. Maybe just a little yellow too. Nothing too serious. So let's see our before. Look at that. That's like a lot of magenta, and see the after. And we have reduced the amount of magenta that she has on her skin. So let's see what this looks like for our second look. So this is our before, and this is our after. Before and after. Like I said, they're pretty simple and easy looks, and color grading does not have to be hard and over the top. It can just be really simple. So this is the first look. That's look 1. Looks great. This is the second look. That's look 2. Looks amazing. So let's jump to the third look. Now for the third look, I am going to be using my LUTs. If you do not have them, you can go get them. I have them on my digital store, and you do not need my LUTs to actually do any of these looks, but I just typically add them once in a while because I love how they look and I use them all the time. Like I said, these are looks that I use almost all the time for my images. So let's get into that. Now, the third look, what I'm going to do again is create a levels adjustment layer, which I always do when it comes to color grading. And I'm going to drag in my whites till this stop right here, and pull in my blacks to add some nice contrast to it. Now I am going to reduce the reds in her skin. So hue saturation, reds. I'm going to pull that down a little bit, not as much as I did the other one. Yellows, I'm going to pull the yellows down a little bit, and I'll go back to my reds and just pull my lightness down just a tad bit, nothing too much, right? And the next thing I would like to do is use one of my actions. So if you guys have my retouching essentials pack, then that's good for you. So I am just going to click on rich tones, and it adds this really nice rich tone to this, and I'm just going to pull this down to 20, my opacity, and also I will go to color lookup, not channel mixer, color lookup actually. Then I'll go to color lookup, and what I want to do is pick my signature skin tone lot 2. Absolutely love this look, and this for me is look number 3. So we'll put this in a group and we'll name that look 3, and let's name this look 2. Now there are a few other things that you can do. Let's just create one last look. Okay, great. So for this look, we are going to add some contrast. Let's use our curves adjustment to add some contrast this time. Just use our curves adjustment to add some contrast. You can see the reason why I really do not like using my curves adjustment to add contrast is that it tends to add so much color back into the image. But that's fine. We're going to desaturate this right now. Pick the hue saturation, pick our reds, and really reduce our reds. We're going to dial that down a little bit. Okay, great. Now we are going to use our color balance to add, some color to our shadows. So we're just going to go blue right here and add some cyans to our blue. Now this is more fashion-esque, if that's a word, but you guys get it. And maybe add some greens. Always be careful with your green channel. So if this is 25% and this is 25%, your green channel tends to be 50%. So you can't just move your green channel around as much as you move the other one. So be careful with that, right? And now let's go to our midtones, and we'll add some warmth to our midtones. Okay, great. Just magenta, maybe just a little bit to bring that back. And for our highlights, let's add some warmth to our highlights too. Okay, great. So let's see where we are at with this. Okay, it looks really good. We have added a lot of warmth to this particular image, right? And the next thing that we are going to do is let's just jump straight into selective color, and let's just mess around with our colors here. Okay, we'll go for this look right here. Okay, maybe a little bit on the warm side, but that's fine. We can always come down to our hue saturation and just dial our reds down just a tad bit more. And this is more of like just a natural look. Let's put this in a group and see what this particular look looks like. No pun intended. So that's our before, that's our after. This is pretty natural, straight to the point. So let's go through all the looks. So we have our natural look, we have our first styled look, which looks really good, love it. We have the second one, which is cooler and a little bit bright, and that's fine. Then we have our third look, which is really like contrasty and like strong. So let's go over the looks again, and I hope this helps somebody out there. So that's our first look, that's our second look, that's our third look, and that is our last look. This is pretty natural, but I don't like going for the last look, which is just really natural and fixing up the colors and the skin tones in post. I like to add a little bit of this and reduce the opacity for both of them, and that's good. And that's another thing, you can literally mix looks up and see what you would get. Anyways, I hope this has helped somebody out there. Like I said, this is just a random video for random looks, for random color grading looks that you can use for dark skin tones, and I hope you guys really enjoy this. Anyways, if you're looking to support this channel, definitely check out my digital store. I have my skin tone lots there that you guys can purchase, and I also have my retouching essentials pack and some other few things. I have some lots for free. I have my eyes and teeth whitening action out there for free. Just look at her eyes and you can see that. Really nice. Absolutely love this action. And I also have what else do I have? I have some raw images that you guys can download and use to practice. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, comment below, let me know if you learned anything, and have an amazing day. Peace out, guys.